In a desperate bid to prevent the catastrophic event that ravaged the Earth, time travelers Cole and Cassie have discovered that the origins of the devastating epidemic date back to 1987. With this crucial information, Cole must now embark on a perilous journey through time to the year 1987, where he will attempt to stop the enigmatic 12 Monkeys group from unleashing the deadly virus. Meanwhile, back in the post-apocalyptic year of 2043, the team's leader, Jones, is facing a critical crisis. The energy source powering their time machine is dwindling rapidly, and without a new energy core, their mission to alter the course of history will be doomed to fail. In a last-ditch effort to save their operation, Jones dispatches Cole's friend Ramsey and her trusted commander, Whitley, to a nearby military colony to procure a new energy core from its leader, Colonel Foster. However, Jones's relationship with Foster is complicated, and she is forced to confront a painful past. She reveals to Ramsey that she had previously lived and worked in the colony, dedicating herself to developing the time machine that has become their only hope for changing the future. But Foster, who had once been her ally, eventually took control of the colony, forcing Jones to flee and start anew. Now, with her back against the wall, Jones is reluctantly seeking Foster's help, hoping that he will provide her with the energy core they so desperately need. Ramsey and Whitley arrive at the military colony, where they meet with Foster and plead their case. However, Foster is unmoved by their request, revealing that his colony is working on a top-secret project to develop a vaccine for the deadly virus. He refuses to part with the energy core, leaving Ramsey and Whitley to wonder if they will be able to find an alternative solution to save their mission and prevent the apocalypse. Ramsey and Whitley's mission to obtain the energy core from Colonel Foster's military colony has hit a roadblock. Foster refuses to hand over the core, citing that it's crucial for their research to develop a vaccine for the deadly virus. With no other options, Ramsey is faced with a difficult decision. However, his encounter with Foster takes an unexpected turn when he reunites with his old girlfriend Amanda, who reveals a shocking secret. She had given birth to Ramsey's child, a son named Sam, after he left the colony. Overjoyed by the news, Ramsey is torn between his loyalty to Jones and his desire to protect his newfound family. As Ramsey struggles with his emotions, Jones decides to take matters into her own hands. She meets with Foster, determined to obtain the energy core by any means necessary. Despite Foster's continued refusal, Jones is resolute in her conviction that the core is the key to saving the world through time travel. Ramsey, however, begins to question Jones's motives. He suggests that perhaps Foster's vaccine research is the key to saving humanity, and that they should consider supporting his efforts. But Jones is adamant that time travel is the only way to prevent the apocalypse, and that Foster's vaccine will never be developed in time. As tensions escalate, Ramsey realizes that Jones plans to attack the military colony to obtain the energy core. Knowing that his family is in danger, Ramsey decides to act. He sneaks into the colony and convinces Amanda and Sam to leave with him, hoping to keep them safe from the impending attack. Meanwhile, Jones meets with Foster once again, this time with a gun in hand. When Foster refuses to hand over the energy core, Jones shoots him, and her soldiers launch a surprise attack on the colony. As the guards are overpowered, Jones's team makes their way to the main storeroom, where they secure the energy core. But in a shocking twist, Jones secretly burns Foster's research papers, ensuring that his vaccine research will never come to fruition. Ramsey met Cole in 2043, where Cole had traveled from 2017. Ramsey warned Cole that changing the timeline through time travel would erase Amanda and her son Sam from existence. Ramsey had grown attached to them after meeting them years ago. Cole, however, had witnessed the devastating effects of a deadly disease in 2017, where millions of people died. He believed that changing the timeline was the right thing to do, as it could prevent the disease from spreading. Jones, a scientist, shared Cole's view. Ramsey disagreed with Cole and Jones. He decided to take drastic action and stole the time-traveling injections from Cole. With Jones's help, Ramsey knocked out a scientist and set the lab on fire to prevent Cole from traveling through time again. Ramsey then ran away to meet Amanda, where he confessed everything to her. He promised to do anything to protect her and her son. Meanwhile, Cole and Jones were furious when they discovered what Ramsey had done. Unbeknownst to Ramsey and Amanda, they were being watched by a mysterious person with a symbol of the 12 Monkeys group, which had been formed in 1987 and still existed in 2043. As the consequences of repeated time travel began to take its toll on Cole's body, Jones intervened, halting his mission to find Ramsey. Instead, she dispatched Whitley to retrieve the injections and administer treatment to Cole, allowing them to make a few more time jumps. Meanwhile, the same group that had been monitoring Ramsey's activities finally caught up with him, led by none other than Leland's daughter, Jennifer, who had grown old and wise with time. Jennifer proposed an alliance with Ramsey, suggesting that they work together to prevent any changes to the timeline, as Ramsey's actions in the past would be crucial in maintaining maintaining the status quo. However, unbeknownst to Ramsey, Whitley and her team were hot on his heels, searching for the injections. In the ensuing chaos, Amanda was accidentally killed by Jones' soldiers, leaving Ramsey devastated. Upon discovering the tragic news, Ramsey vowed to protect his son Sam's existence at all costs. Seizing the opportunity, Ramsey snuck into the lab, took the injections, and attacked the soldiers, using the time travel technology to escape. Jones, realizing that Ramsey was now a formidable opponent, quickly sprang into action, preparing Cole for one final time jump to the year 1987. Her plan was to have Cole eliminate the origin of the deadly virus, thereby preventing the catastrophic events that had unfolded. However, Ramsey had already reached 1987, and with a fierce determination to safeguard his son's existence, he shot Jones out of the lab and took control of the time travel technology. With a scientist at gunpoint, Ramsey demanded to be sent back to 1987, ensuring that the events that had transpired would remain unchanged, and Cole's mission to stop the virus would be thwarted. Driven by his paternal instincts, Ramsey was willing to do whatever it took to protect Sam's reality. As Ramsey departed, Jones regained control of the lab and turned her attention to Cole, injecting him with the remaining serum. She explained that this would be his final time jump, and his body would likely collapse after this mission. With a sense of urgency, Jones instructed Cole to travel back to 1987 and destroy the virus, unaware that Ramsey was already there, waiting to stop him. As the fate of the Earth hung in the balance, Cole steeled himself for the ultimate sacrifice, preparing to kill his friend Ramsey in order to prevent the deadly virus from spreading. With a heavy heart, Cole embarked on his final mission, traveling back to 1987, where Ramsey had already arrived, hiding in wait. Meanwhile, in a Tokyo nightclub, a young Leland Frost was negotiating the purchase of the raw virus, marking the beginning of a catastrophic chain of events. Cole, upon arrival, quickly tracked down Leland and began questioning him about the virus. But before he could gather any information, Ramsey emerged from the shadows, attacking Cole with a knife. As the two enemies clashed, young Leland watched in awe, ultimately deciding to purchase the virus, which he had previously been hesitant to do. In a twist of fate, Cole's actions in the past had inadvertently set in motion the events that would lead to the virus's creation and spread. Ramsey, after killing Cole, was arrested and imprisoned, but his fate was far from sealed. While in jail, he received a letter from a mysterious woman named Olivia, who revealed that she was aware of his time-traveling exploits and wanted him to join forces with her group, the 12 Monkeys, to ensure the virus's spread and the destruction of the Earth. Ramsey, still driven by his desire to protect his son's existence, made a shocking decision. He joined the 12 Monkeys group, and upon his release from prison in 1995, he began working with them to develop the virus into a more potent and airborne form. With his newfound allegiance, Ramsey became aware that his friend Cole would eventually travel back in time to try and stop the virus, but he had already killed him in 1987. Seizing this knowledge, Ramsey and the 12 Monkeys group hatched a plan to exploit Cole's future time-traveling attempts, anticipating his arrivals in 2013, 2014, and 2015. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that the events that have transpired are part of a complex predestination paradox. Cole's attempts to stop the outbreak by time traveling from 2043 to 2013 to 2015 have been futile, as Ramsey, his former partner, has been working to ensure that the events unfold as planned. Ramsey, who had traveled back in time to save his son, had knowledge of Cole's future actions and allowed them to happen as part of his plan. He had joined the 12 Monkeys group and used information from the future to create a plan to ensure the outbreak would occur. Ramsey had also told Olivia that Cole would not be a problem again, as he had killed him in 1987. However, this was a mistake, as Cole had not died in 1987. In reality, Cole had been injured by Ramsey in 1987 and was left for dead. However, Jones from 2043 had made one last attempt to save Cole and sent him back to 2015. Cole, now injured and dying from the effects of repeated time travel, arrived at Cassie's house in 2015 and revealed the truth about the events that had transpired. Cassie, determined to save Cole's life, quickly sought out the help of young Jones in 2015. Young Jones was shocked to hear the truth from the future and quickly realized that someone had arrived in her time. She examined Cole's blood and discovered that it had become radioactive due to the repeated time travel. Young Jones had an idea to regenerate Cole's blood, but it would require the blood sample of the young Cole from this time period. However, this would be a challenge, as Cole was currently a child. After searching, they finally found the address of Cole's father, Matthew. As Cassie and young Jones approached Matthew, they explained the situation to him, telling him that they had an injured future version of his son Cole who needed their help. At first, Matthew was skeptical, but when he saw the injured Cole, he was shocked and amazed. Cole, who was standing next to him, explained that he was indeed his son from 28 years in the future, and that he had traveled back in time to prevent a deadly outbreak. Matthew was stunned, but he quickly came to his senses and agreed to help. He took his younger son Cole to a safe location, where he began to take a blood sample from him. The elder Cole stood by, watching as his younger self was being prepared for the procedure. As they stood there, both Coles began to experience a strange sensation, as if their heads were spinning. This was due to the fact that two versions of the same person were in close proximity to each other, causing a temporal paradox. Despite the discomfort, Cole took the opportunity to talk to his father emotionally, reminding him of the memories they had shared and the sacrifices he had made. Cole's father, Matthew, was deeply moved by his son's words, and he knew that he had to do everything in his power to help him. Just as they were about to complete the procedure, Aaron, Cassie's friend, appeared out of nowhere and started to take her away. Cassie quickly realized that Aaron had probably joined the 12 Monkeys group, and she knew that she had to act fast. She quickly told everyone what was happening, and she grabbed little Cole, running away from the scene with him. Matthew, who had been fighting Peter and the rest of the group, sacrificed himself to ensure that little Cole was safe. As they escaped, Cole injected the sample of young Cole's blood into his own body, causing a huge explosion due to the touching of two versions of one person in the same reality. However, this explosion also had a positive effect, as it regenerated Cole's blood, making him healthy again. With the procedure complete, Cole, Cassie, and little Cole made their way to an orphanage, where they left the young boy in safe hands. Jones, who had been watching from the sidelines, revealed that since Cole's blood had been regenerated, he would no longer be able to time travel, and he would have to spend the rest of his life in the year 2015. As Cole and Cassie interrogated Aaron, they learned that he had become involved with the 12 Monkeys group, and that their plan was to select and raise 12 small children in a secret facility. Aaron revealed that the group was being funded by Leland's company, and that Leland's daughter, Jennifer, was now the leader of the group. Cole and Cassie were shocked by this revelation and began to wonder what the group's ultimate goal was. However, before they could get any more information out of Aaron, he managed to free himself and attempted to escape. A fight ensued, and Aaron ultimately caught fire in the go-down, trapping him and killing him. Cole apologized to Cassie for Aaron's death, but Cassie was more concerned about the future and the potential threat that the 12 Monkeys group posed. She began to research the group and discovered that they were indeed being funded by Leland's company. Cole and Cassie decided to attend Jennifer's press meetings to gather more information, and it was there that they discovered that Ramsey was working for the 12 Monkeys group under the name of Athen. Ramsey's plan was to build a time machine in the present day so that he could travel back to the year 2043 and visit his son. Cole and Cassie knew that they had to stop Ramsey before he could carry out his plan. They snuck into the facility where Ramsey was working and separated, with Cole attacking Ramsey from one side and Cassie from the other. Ramsey was shocked to see Cole, as he had thought that he had killed him in 1987. Cole and Ramsey engaged in a fierce battle, with Ramsey revealing that he had been the one who had planned everything since 1987 and had created the first time machine by time traveling. Meanwhile, in 2043, Jones and her companions were under attack by a group of people with blue-painted faces. Despite fighting back, Jones's soldiers were eventually defeated, and the attackers entered the lab where the main time machine was kept. The attackers, who were revealed to be the 12 Monkeys group, were now in control of the time machine. Jones and her companions were left to wonder what the group's ultimate goal was and how they would be able to stop them. As the situation in 2043 continued to escalate, Jones and Whitley planted a bomb in the time machine, threatening to blow up the entire facility if the 12 Monkeys group proceeded further. Meanwhile, in 2015, Cassie arrived at the scene, gun in hand, and demanded that Ramsey be killed in order to prevent the outbreak. However, Ramsey revealed a shocking truth. He was not the main leader of the 12 Monkeys group, but rather a pawn who had been used by the group due to his knowledge of the future. Ramsey's words left Cassie feeling defeated, as she had been counting on killing him to change the course of events. In a fit of anger and desperation, Cassie shot Ramsey, but was quickly shot by one of Ramsey's guards. Cole, who had been watching the scene unfold, quickly shot the guard and rushed to Cassie's side, trying to tend to her wounds. As Ramsey lay injured, he gave Cole an injection and told him to take Cassie to the time machine and send her to 2043, where Jones could save her life. Cole quickly followed Ramsey's instructions, injecting Cassie with the serum and sending her to the future. As Cassie disappeared into the time machine, Cole turned to Ramsey, feeling a mix of emotions. Despite everything that had happened, Ramsey had been his friend once, and Cole couldn't help but feel a sense of loss and regret. Ramsey, Ramsey, sensing Cole's emotions, told him to tell his son in the future that he had done everything to save his existence. With those final words, Ramsey closed his eyes and Cole said his goodbye, leaving the scene to avoid being caught by the remaining 12 Monkeys guards. Olivia, a member of the 12 Monkeys group, reveals that the 12 children they have been raising since 2017 are now ready to fulfill their future roles. The blue-painted people who surrounded the time machine in 2043 are revealed to be the same 12 children who have been trained and prepared to carry out the group's plan. Olivia confidently states that everything will happen according to their plan, with Cole stuck in 2015, Ramsey killed in the lab, and the children achieving their destiny 28 years later. However, in a twist, Cole returns to the lab and saves Ramsey, taking him away and altering the course of events. In 2043, the 12 Monkeys group captures Jones and reveals that they will not kill her, as she will be of more use to them. Meanwhile, injured Cassie arrives in 2043, having been sent by Cole from 2015. The season ends with a dramatic scene showing the virus being loaded onto a plane, with Jennifer, the leader of the 12 Monkeys group, sipping champagne and declaring her intention to spread the virus to every corner of the world. The season finale raises many questions and leaves the audience eager to know what will happen next. Will Cole and Ramsey be able to prevent the outbreak? What is the ultimate goal of the 12 Monkeys group? How will Cassie and Jones fit into the larger plan? The ending also highlights the theme of predestination versus free will, as the 12 Monkeys group's plan seems to be unfolding according to their design. But Cole's actions in saving Ramsey suggest that there may be some room for deviation from the original timeline. The season 2 of 12 Monkeys promises to be just as thrilling and suspenseful as the story continues to unfold and the characters navigate the complexities of time travel and the consequences of their actions. And with the season 1 comes to an end,